Apparently we're doing some lockpicking now. It's gonna be interesting. Got no clue what I'm doing. Okay, did you do all that? Did you get all that? The options are no, please tell me everything again. Or yes, let me start. Okay, no problem. It doesn't seem too complicated. Good. Just insert the paperclip on the left and adjust each pin. Lockpicking. Start! Not so loud, you'll attract attention. You'd make all the pins line up with pin 3. One in the middle position. Here goes nothing. Let's start with the first pin. Okay. So you can pull pin down. That's not doing anything. Oh right, we can't actually see what's going on. The third pin, don't touch the third pin. Go to the fourth pin. Pull pin down. Go to the fifth pin. Oh, nope, that. Push up. Push up. Try to open. Huh, that's strange. I'm positive I moved the pins according to your instructions. Must have messed up somewhere. I'm honestly not sure where. Oh, we may have a problem. Problem? Ray? Well, this happens to the best of us. It's kind of their fault, really. Where did you mess up? Maybe it wasn't DD after all. I mean, look at those D's. They're kinda rusty. I think they might have actually been G's. And GG happens to be a totally different good door brand. Good Gates. And their pin arrangement is totally different too. What a twist! Great. But this time we're sure. 100% certainty. Red truth. Red truth. Except for the fact that I've already moved the pins around. Well, you can deduce the actual pin's actual position right now, I'm sure. Okay, so this was the decent doors arrangement. And this is the great gates arrangement. Suppose I might still get this to work. Just to figure out where I moved the pins from following your faulty instructions before. Then get them all to actually line up in the middle this time. Wait. Oh no. You can do it. Fight on. Here we go again. Hopefully for real this time. Oh boy. Well, I'm intrigued. So, starting at the top here, I pulled this pin down twice. So, really, I need to push this pin up twice. So essentially, I thought I started here and got it down to the middle. But in reality, this started in the middle, so I moved it down twice. So you need to push it back up twice. Go to second pin. This one, I pulled up once. To get to the middle. I think I need to pull you down twice. Go to third pin. Down twice. Go to fourth pin. I pushed you down once. So you need to pull you up twice. Go to fifth pin. I pushed you up twice. Which means I need to pull you down once. And I fucked up. Still locked. Better not lose track. Oh boy. This is kinda bad. So trying to reason this out. Figuring out what we did to this to get this supposedly lined up. And where that would leave this now. This would be out by 2. Push pin up by 2. Go to second pin. So this one I pulled down twice. Which means, I don't know, is it stuck at all the way out? That's the part I didn't understand. If I pull this out oh, I'm an idiot, I pushed this up once. Which means, is this in 3, or did this just go from 2 to 3 and then bounce back to 2? Whatever, pull pin down twice. Go to third pin. We didn't do anything to it, but it's actually up here. Pull pin down twice. Go to fourth pin. We pulled this down once, so now this is out by 2. We need to push pin up twice. This guy we pushed in twice. Go to fifth pin. This guy we pushed in twice. So now he's 1 in. We need to pull him down 1. And that should have worked. Wrong again. You didn't lose track, did you? Nah, I got this. Probably. Push this in once. We just need to pull this down again. Nope. What are you doing? Are you just guessing? I still got this. We just have to keep trying. I pulled this down twice. Already pushed him in twice. There. This is getting frustrating. Do you believe in the power of Guess-tective? Or the power of miracles? Because you're probably doomed without those. Welcome to hell. Someone please save me. What the fuck? Oh! Okay. What? The lock? Broke? Guess all those shenanigans with elementary combination did it. That's cheating! You didn't solve the puzzle properly. 0 pickerats. I'll take what I can get. Anything than having to continue that. We can finally get inside. I was at that for way too long off screen, so please tell me, is there actually a solution to that, or is it just fuck with it until it breaks? Just know that your crime will catch up to you. We're not going to steal anything. Except the truth. Sure, that's a decent cause. Like the Yatagarasu. Holy shit. Titus Ronos' house, living room. The houses around here are quite formidable. Well, that much was to be expected. Don't even think about taking anything that isn't evidence. I'm not that kind of girl. Whose idea was it to break in again? Let's look around. There should be some sort of clue about what the victim was up to around here. Though if worst comes to worst, there's still a door to the right. Wonder what's behind it. Okay, no one to talk to. Plenty to look at, though. Nothing here. Looks like the victim sat on this table quite recently. What? There's an open wine bottle and a half-empty glass. It's half full! Stop being so pessimistic. No, it would be half full if it's been filled up to this point. There are clear traces it's been drunken from it. Therefore, it was emptied and is now half empty. No! That's a way too logical approach. No fair. Now all people that drink will be pessimists. Look at what you've done. Be ashamed, Linus. No. What? Well, my assertion has... While my assertion has logical basis, yours is simply... Hey, stop drinking! I said no stealing, remember? Ray, no! No, you're underage! Don't worry, it's just grape juice. It's clearly wine. Check the bottle. Huh. It is actually grape juice. Curious. That rules it out as being related to the wine or the crime scene, I guess. Now I just need to fill the glass up again. And then it'll be half full. Wow, you really did the world a favor, Ray. Go, optimism. Nice excuse. You probably just wanted to drink. What's this, though? Some kind of note is lying on the table. Curious. Let's see what it says. Whoa. The outcast lives outside town. Secret document 233. People that might know more. Does that say Long Gong? The outcast, I've heard that name before. The rumor was briefly brought up earlier. This almost seems to suggest the victim has been investigating it. One of the names is circled, with visits written next to it. Talia Porter, with all the names to show up highlighted here. You know who this is? Sadly. She's pretty much the worst person I've ever met. Oh, is that all? Amazing, Ray. He doesn't think you're the worst person. Okay, maybe you're both the worst people. It's unfortunate, but we might have to pay her a visit now. We just have to hope she's actually home. She can be hard to get a hold of. Note added to the court record. Outcast note. Talia Porter, Sean Wood, Vance Pyre. What are you gonna do on the bed, Linus? I was just looking at it. Pretty luxurious. Sleeping safe and soundly. Typical Central District. The bourgeois. A nice view. These windows have been closed from the inside. No signs of tampering. This isn't the crime scene. What if it is the true crime scene? You always have to be ready for these twists, amateur. And moving on. Oh, Ray. I swear some of her expressions she looks very squirrel-like. Oh, I want to look at the chandelier. It's a pretty chandelier. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. And we just accidentally triggered that scene all over again. A statue. Pretty good craftsmanship. Pretty good. The fool can't even appreciate the cultural value of this ancient masterpiece. You don't really know either, do you? Of course I do. This is some goddess. Wait, her name was, no looking it up, cheater. Nice try, Ray. Oh, we can go right to Talia Porter's house. How do we get to the door on the right? Oh, library. Never seen so many books in one place. This must have been the victim's library. Ooh! So much material, so many stories. I need to remember the titles and read all of it. Dot wave. And off she goes. With a spell like hers, this must be quite the gold mine. Let's hope these books have some kind of educational value at least. Okay, what is this? A book was left lying on the floor. Reason dictates that it wouldn't be lying around here if it hadn't been abandoned in a hurry. Well, what exactly has been read here? Legend of the Vampire. Something like that again. Have to take a look, I guess. Long time ago, human civilization was prospering. Holy shit, this music. Most of the planet had been colonized, and science was rapidly advancing. However, whether it was God's warning or an act of the devil, things were not to continue this way. and the ones to bring an end to that era. It was them, the unknown ones, the dreaded ones. Who are they? Where did they come from? The answer to this question has been obvious all along. The vampire. A being that has surpassed the boundaries of mortals. Seeing humanity about to depart from their home, the vampire emerged and decided it was time for a reminder. What could human knowledge, the knowledge of centuries, do against the knowledge of millennia? Vampire predicts, they manipulate, they work around their weaknesses, and play to their strengths. There is a price that came with their immortality. Or they can retain a human form and hide among the humans. They can't bear daylight, and religious symbols harm them. They have to regularly drink human blood. This is why we can expect them to be closer than we think. Ruling this town from the shadows, keeping us perched up with their minions outside. Feasting on our blood, and continuing their immortal reign. When a human is bitten by their fangs, they turn into one of their minions too. They lure humans out of town to... Okay, that's enough. I'm sure this book is going to delve into all the stories and myths, but no time for that. A vampire? As if. How unscientific. Still looks like someone was buying into this. Was it the victim? Wait, there's a bookmark on the page I just read, but it also seems to be a note. I'm going to make an exception today, as I think you are ready now. Meet me at the gate at sunset. Curious, I wonder what that note was meant for. Gate records, sunset... Titus, Nils, and Karen Cat all left together. This from Karen Cat? Oh, it's written by Titus Ronos for Nils Gickham. So you were still close by. How did you figure that out? There's no such thing as a secret to me. I just looked up all the related names in any constellation until I got a matching result. What? Your spell, huh? If I remember correctly, untitled documents will be given names depending on their purpose. So any letter will be titled Letter from X to Y. They might be numbered if there's multiple, but I can just try all the numbers. It's surprisingly effective to just guess until you get it, huh? Naturally, educated guesses are far superior to deductions. Less info required, less hassle. Invest now. I would not invest in a person that's just guessing around. Bound to go wrong at some point. Anyways, this note pretty much proves the victim did take the defendant with him. Which is nothing new, but I'll take the confirmation. Note for Nils. I guess it is. Why it would be tucked in... That just feels really sus. That it's tucked in a book in the victim's library. Think what kind of books he kept here? Huh. Seems to mostly be fiction. Circle of Friends. A story about a group of friends having fun in space. Guardian of Solitude. Looks like this one's about a girl isolating herself violently. Deception Disable. A man backstabbing everyone because why not? Looks like a rather wide assortment of odd stories. Huh. Okay. What's on this side? Oh, okay. Oh shit. Stop that. Okay, can we talk to you? Nope, you're just here now. Okay, so we can go to police. Curious. Oh, Karen Cat, yeah. Didn't feel much about. Seemed pretty tired. Alright. Headies from the gate, get to his house. And okay, we did go through this before. I wonder if we can show him any of this. What's this? Why are you asking me that? Don't know. You're the scientist. I'm sure you can figure it out. What happened to sharing all the information? If it's related to the case, sure. Okay, let's leave him. I said leave. So, oh yeah, we have to go to the gate in order to actually get anywhere. And now we can go to Karen Cat's house. This should be the witness's house. The killer's hideout. Ray, no. Ray, please. You make life really simple in your mind. Are we ready to make the arrest? Nobody's going to be arrested. We already have a suspect. Right. We have to stick to the order of events. We'll take him to court. Crush him there. Okay, so let's go through this again, I guess. No accusing the person of being a killer while we're talking. Got it? Hashtag lame. I'm waiting. But maybe we could learn something by their reaction. I prefer their cooperation over their reaction. Still waiting. Oh, but what can you do? I'll cut your allowance. Okay, my lips are sealed. There we go. Making progress on the parenting end. Now back to the case. Anybody home? I sense a murder. Just because someone isn't opening the door, locked rooms mean murder. Weren't you the one saying this was the real killer just a moment ago? I'd imagine it'd be more likely he ran then. What? What's the ruckus? Supposed to be done with the police for the day. Hear me? Oh, Karen Cat, right? You got it. He's fallen asleep with his eyes open. I cut my sleep last night. Will make me cut short my nap, too. This strikes me as a little worse than just lack of sleep. Well, it's hard to explain. We have an important job at the trial tomorrow. So, you could answer some questions for us. Oh, peace out. He's looking a little pale, isn't he? I've never seen him before. I'm sure this is normal, and he's fine. Hey, get out the whisper and ask your questions. Make it quick. Just cut to the chase, if you know what I mean. At least he's still cooperating. Oh boy. Tell us about yourself. Seriously, man? Oh, what kind of question is that? Telling you to cut to the chase and yet... It's, part of standard procedure. I'm starting to blatantly make this stuff up. Don't worry. Such is also part of the path of the lawyer. It's very on your stupid regulations. Every time I've seen someone fall asleep while being angry, just to ask your questions. I did, but... For example, your name. Oh, my name. Of course. Always about the name. Oh, it's a little weird. Oh, what? Well, I'll tell you something. From my perspective, it's... all of y'all peeps that have weird names. What if I'm the only one I hear? Chew on that one. No, I'm pretty sure you've already admitted your name was strange a second ago. Seriously. What's with people? You got a funny name or smell, and bam, everyone's avoiding you. Well, I'm fed up with it. Yeah, you hear me? This can't be rigged. It's all some conspiracy. What can you do? Move to the same level with your brother or place? It would be nice if that was possible. How that guardian guy to protect me from the real problems? I'm not sure I'm following anymore. Oh, so you live here? Live? Ah, nice word. Yeah, this is where I exist. Barely scraping as a delivery man. Delivery man? Like a postman? Nah, man, not letter. I have a postman for that, please. But you can hardly mean you make a living from carrying stuff around on your own. Who would even need that? Oh yeah, each ain't as strong as they look. Or can you carry a piano to the end of the town? You can't. A whole piano? You better believe it. I can do all the heavy lifting. I'd expect much of a better job around here. I treat us like the scum of the city. Good thing none of them got the arms to carry a ton. Oh, they need me. No, I'm pretty sure a ton's just impossible. But who am I to question the expert? Well, I got the picture. Let's ask him about something more substantial. What's your spell? What's your spell? Oh, I don't like your personal questions. Oh, well, a crime happened. That's just it. You witness a crime committed by some rich kid, and they come bothering you all day. Not fair. The rich kid doesn't have it much better right now. I'm under no obligation to tell you that, right? Even police didn't ask. Certainly enough, people have the right to keep their spells private unless they're extremely relevant. How to approach this? You can keep it secret, but it might end up causing you more harm than good. A threat? Just saying how it is. You peeps your insistence. Fine. You know what? I'll tell you. Screw it. My spell is called Unlimited Parting. If I hold a glass of water, I can make the water freeze eventually. What? There, now you know. Not the most useful thing, but hey, what can you do? I don't buy a word of it. To be fair, weak, oddly specific spells like this usually do exist, but let me talk about something else now. Okay, I'm gradually more intrigued, which means that his spell is only going to become relevant at trial. Sure. Should probably get to the point before he decides this isn't worth the time he's actually awake. Okay, mi amigo, what did you witness? What did you witness last night? Here we go again. Oh shit. You can keep it short. Fine. I saw those two people, yeah. That guardian dog and his kid. Hey, went through the gate. I followed them. Why did you follow them? Why not? It's within my rights, yeah? I always thought these guardian people were kind of fishy, you know? I think there's been a lot of rumors about them. Rumors? Rumors that they're secretly disposing of problems, if you catch my drift. I do, more or less. First time I've heard of anything like it, though. Definitely wasn't mentioned in the papers. I thought to myself, that guardian guy's up to no good. So I figured I should expose them right there. So you secretly followed them on that vague suspicion. Bold of you. Yeah, but somebody had to do it. I am. Pretty sure they didn't see me. Kept a good distance. Headed for the ruins. Seemed to be looking for something. Then they go around a corner, and I follow them after a couple of seconds, and I suddenly got a mighty bad feeling. A bad feeling? Don't know. I kind of felt something terrible was going to be around that corner. Okay, and what did you see? I kept following and some large space was ahead of me. Oh. Now what do you know? That kid slaughtered the other guy in cold blood. Well, please, be specific here. Did you see the actual murder? Look, man. Who else could have been out there? I saw the kid standing over the mess, holding that bloody weapon or whatever it was. It was completely soaked in blood. Sorta unsettling. Like the kid's been possessed or something. That's certainly something. You call that something? He didn't even see the actual murder. There's been tougher cases and the lawyers always pulled through. If you can explain how this doesn't make him look suspicious, by all means. Easy, the witness is lying. What'd you say? She's one to jump to stupid conclusions. Don't mind her. Anyway, that is quite the story. Just the thought of it is rather unsettling. A brutal way of killing. It's almost like another Jack has shown up. You just mentioned that Jack. I'm sure you've heard of him. Terrible stuff. Hmm? I've had it. I'm sick of hearing that name. Jack here, Jack there. Can people start comparing everything to him? Huh? You'll be in court tomorrow, aren't you? Ask your questions then. I've had enough for the day. Wow. That was a thing. He actually closed the door on me. Curious. A criminal trying to flee from this truth. The only crime here is the authorities with which you... the only crime here is the stubbornness with which you stick to that story. Oh yeah? Well, look what I found near the door while you were busy chatting. Enough said. What? What is this? I think he's in shock at how easily I solved the case. What even is that? A really tiny piece of rope? Hashtag decisive. It's always the small things. No, this isn't worth my attention. Look at it. It wants to be noticed by you. No matter how I look at it, this is just a random piece of junk you picked up. It's always the totally unimportant detail. Well, I'm not filling up my court record with random trash from the street. It's near the witness's house. But leave it in the heart of the trash. How much are you willing to bet this is going to be useless? 30 bucks. Didn't see this one coming, I bet. That's of moderate confidence. 100. What? That's child abuse. Oh no, you're old enough. I'm handing you way too much allowance anyway. The heroine was faced with a great dilemma. Should she accept this challenge in the name of the truth and risk debt slavery? It makes it sound so serious. It's a couple of months. You won't starve. 50. You think you can make demands? I'm not going to do this for pocket change. 70. Please. I'll wash the dishes. Do the laundry. You are making a tempting offer. You have a deal. Yeah. Well, it's going to be fine. This piece of evidence will be useful, and then he will have to pay up. Sounds amazing, Ray. Looking forward to it. I'll admit, now I'm a little worried. A little worried she is somehow actually right about this. A piece of rope. I am. One end has something white on it, possibly some sort of paint. I'm intrigued. I am quite intrigued. Let's get out of here. Police headquarters. Can I show this to you? Blindness. Okay, no I can't. Let's go back to Titus Ronus' house. From here we can go to Talia Porter's house. And meet her. Talia Porter's house, main room. Getting into this house proved way less problematic than the other one. Of course. Do you think I'd have anything to hide? Yes. Well, aren't we a ray of sunshine? A secret makes a woman a woman. Wait, who is this lady? Talia Porter. Some call her the escape artist. She always manages to escape after causing trouble. Aren't you one to word it nicely? Well, your sarcasm has always been your best quality. First time I've heard of it. That'd be because you hardly ever listen. We both know you're not here for just a friendly visit either. We do? That simplifies things. Of course. Such a thing would be so out of character for you. There wouldn't really be much point to it with you being gone 99% of the time, would there? It's the thought that counts. Really, Linus? You're never even checking up on your friends? How cold. Already teaming up on me. Should have seen this coming. Well, what could the great scientist want from me then? At least you're still letting me get to that. I'm cruel, not heartless. You are very much heartless. On second thought, why not have a friendly chat first? You know, the things that good friends do. Friends? I don't think he knows then. That's what I get for toying with fire. Your daughter is pretty lovely. You should have introduced us sooner. No. Bringing these two together was probably my greatest mistake of the day. Oh. Oh. Okay. Alright. Alright. I'm down. I'm down with this. Let's get it out of the way and hear how amazing you are. You're making it pretty easy for me. Maybe you're a decent friend after all. Friends, huh? Not seeing any here. We're involuntary partners at best. My, what an unusually forward way to put it. Partners? Why wasn't I informed about this? I meant we'd been working together on a project. Oh, project? What do you mean? One of your experiments? I said it's a secret project, but you're taking it a little far now. Secrets. Tell me. Spoilers, please. I don't think I should, unless you have an hour. It's a long story. Oh, I really wanted to hear it. Well, I guess I'll go a little over how we got acquainted. It all comes down to her spell, of course. Quick return, or how to always be punctual. I can teleport things to another location. Oh, wow, that sounds super convenient. There's a small catch. I have to touch a place to mark it as the destination. And I can only have one place marked at a time, so I can't just teleport things anywhere. Finally, I need to actually be near whatever I want to teleport. Aside from that, there's no limit. Real proud of it, as usual. Well, I can hardly deny it's proven awfully useful. It's also the reason she can always escape any trouble in an instant. And it's probably contributed to her attitude. Yes, my attitude. I'm not referring to others in the third person while they're present. Well, you're the one running around with a book pretending to be well-read. Hey, nothing against the book of classy comebacks. It's always making everyone's day brighter. Oh, what's the title? I need to know. See, your daughter can appreciate good literature when she sees it. She's not my daughter. Oh. I'll tell you the title later. It'll be our little secret. Still doing everything in roundabout ways, I see. Yes, I know how to have fun. Speaking of which, I think you've had enough fun with my transceiver for now. Transceiver? That thing I gave you a while back. Don't even pretend you don't know what it is. The transceiver? You have one? Yeah, that was one of the projects you were supposed to help me with. I was trying to reproduce that cell phone technology, but it was the prototype. It'd be quite an upgrade and convenience for the stationary phones. Gave one to Miss Porter to test the range. After all, she can leave Safe Haven and get away quite a far bit without worry. If things go poorly, it just have been a matter of teleporting back for her. Ah, yes, that was inconsiderate of you. What if I'd stepped on a stinger? We've been over this. You just teleport the poison away. Whoa, wow, that's convenient. That's in the past. You never actually bothered going out that far. Apparently you found it funnier to make prank calls in the middle of the night. Oh no. Well, I definitely got those. Now, please, just hand back the transceiver. I must have misplaced it. Don't know where I left it. Haven't seen it in weeks. Just wants to provoke me more. I literally got one of her calls 3 days ago. Fine, forget it. Just make sure you don't screw up our other project. Wow, you've been working on quite a few things with her. It's mostly because her spell opens up some possibilities for experimentation. Even figured out a way to get around her limitation. Sort of. I can use my spell to combine her destination mark with a different location. I caused objects to actually be transported to the new location instead until I released it. That was quite eye-opening, I admit. Looks like sometimes we just need to stop and think about our potential. So you're telling me you make a great team. There could be whole new worlds if we'd all got it together and did it right. But hey, guess your other experiments are more important. I get the feeling you're trying to subtly tell me something. Oh, do you? Nah, it must be your imagination. Well, you could just tell me in more direct words what you want. I could explain it to you, but I can't comprehend it for you. Understood. The ways of the porter won't change. It's more accurate to say that the porter doesn't need a way. Though, you're acting a bit strange today, aren't you? Like, what happened to the usual, melodramatic eloquence? Either you're trying to leave a good impression on Ray, or something happened. I have no idea what you're talking about. You do. You're just being the usual problem in that regard. Being unpredictable is important. Remember that. It's kind of my job to figure out how to make things predictable, so... No wonder we're always getting along so flawlessly. Oh, I keep mixing up voices. Could her unusual behavior have something to do with the murder? Maybe she knows something. I should just steer the topic into the direction I need. Oh, we can just ask her about the murder. Let's do it then. Have you heard of the murder yet? It's just a rumor, right? I'm afraid someone's actually died. Oh, poor thing. I take it that means you haven't witnessed anything that could be related to that. You're interested in murders? Wow. I knew you had some strange fetishes, but I thought they were limited to your projects. I'm investigating on direct request by the Great Guardian here. Oh, lovely! You're dining with the big shots now. You should let me teleport into the palace next time you visit. I'd rather not be convicted for high treason, thanks. I'm just going to say hi. What's the big deal? Anyway, do you know something about the murder or not? Well, I hardly could have witnessed anything, right? Happened outside of town, after all. And I'm sure if you check with the guards there, you'll find that I haven't left in a while. Even then, you might have used your spell, no? Don't be silly, that's not how it works. I can't just teleport out of town. I have to mark a place outside for that in advance, remember? True. I suppose. And even if I did mark a place, there wouldn't have been any way for me to get back inside. There's only ever one destination. Yeah? No record of her. Fair enough. Don't tell me that's why you came here. Suspecting me of having something to do with the murder just because you don't like me? I'm tempted to go with that, but no. I actually came here to ask about something else. Time to find out what the victim's note meant. Okay. We just straight up talk about the outcast. Your name is mentioned in this note I found. Know anything about this? Nope. Really? Really? Okay. You actually believe me? You, Linus the Skeptic? Don't get your hopes up. I just realized this battle would be futile. Okay, let's just talk about the outcast then. Have you ever heard of the outcast? Hello, that struck a nerve. What a weird little thing to bring up. Well, since you've asked, I do, in fact, not know anything at all beyond the basics. Can you tell us the basics anyway? I'm surprised you came to me with this. Let's just say the victim left a note mentioning your name specifically. Oh shit. Am I in trouble? How inconsiderate to leave behind my name like that. Why would I know anything about the outcast? Isn't that just some legend? A young woman that was cast out of town and continued living out there. Her hatred building over time at the unreasonable townspeople. So what if I have no spell? Does that make me that different? Does that make me inhuman? But Guardy wouldn't listen. It's too much of a risk, he uttered. She might turn into one of them. Maybe she already is, disguised as human. And so the Guardian Force discreetly abandoned her in the nearby ruins. Let me back in, I beg you. What did I do? What did I do? But the gatekeeper wouldn't listen. Only normal humans with spells may go in and out of town. The girl kept coming back, repeating the same sentence. What did I do? What did I do? Until eventually she was never heard from again. No, the people remembered her. Remember how she showed up each day. They felt guilt deep down. That woman must have hated them, they thought. These feelings kept the rumors alive. And to this day they persist. Rumors of a woman that still lives out there somewhere. Well, how was that for a story session? Not bad. Did that really happen? Who knows? I wasn't alive back then. Ask Guardy if you get the chance. There is no substantial basis for any of this. Congratulations. You understand what a rumor is. Though to be fair, it was kinda something that would suggest an outsider to exist. That unknown corpse we saw have been the outcast? No. There should be obvious problems with that. That's really all you know about this? How often do I need to say it? It just seems strange that Mr. Ronos would have been so convinced you know something. There's been a good reason for it. Therefore, you're hiding something. I'd agree with your reasoning, but then we'd both be wrong. No matter what he thought, it must have been based on a silly, vague hunch. Fair enough. You've been known to cause random trouble. Who could resist teleporting a cup of coffee away right as someone is about to drink it? Do not remind me of that. Doesn't look like I'll get any useful info out of her about this either. Why does this entire visit suddenly feel like a waste of time? Should have expected this. Really should have. Well, shit. Is there anything we can show her? Bad idea. I need to be careful what I show her. I might never see it again. I assume this is going to be everything. Can I show you? Look, an attorney's badge. Want me to show you a little trick? If it doesn't involve making it vanish. This badge technically isn't my property, so that would be problematic. How tempting. I never should have shown this to her. The one and only. You're really proud of yourself, aren't you? Why are you even asking? The Porter name is well respected. I beg to differ. You can. I need some painters, too. I was expecting I beg to differ, then beg. Remember this, Linus? In order to make it big, you sometimes have to piss everyone off. Terrible advice, noted. Okay. Linus? Oh. Ray? Is that all you want to talk about? Yeah, I guess it is. Fair enough. Alright, I guess we're done here. Alright. 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 Okay. Okay, let's talk about the murder. Probably should have saved before this, but oh well. How often do I have to say it? I know nothing. Master Ronos didn't even tell me his plan for that night. Afraid that won't fly. There was someone who clearly saw you leaving town together with the victim that night. This seems like a weird place to start, but okay. You were witnessed leaving. Karen Cat saw you leave together with the victim. In fact, he followed you and witnessed you near the scene of the crime. He's lying. He's making it up. Of course you'd trust him over me. The only one trying to play with people's trust here is you. What? This piece of evidence confirms his story that you two left town together. Gate records?
Take that!
I believe this is what they call a decisive case. Decisive witness? Decisive evidence? Evidence? These records kept by the gatekeeper confirm beyond a doubt you left town. Surely you're not going to say they faked those records too. That expression definitely felt like one of the locks just broke. They must have been mistaken. The gatekeepers make no mistakes. You can't rule out that they've been tricked somehow. That witness doesn't even know me. How can he be so sure it was me? Desperate. Looks like I need to pile up some more evidence. What were you supposedly doing that night, then? I stayed at our home, of course. Master Ronos never takes me with him on outside missions in the first place. I'm not good enough yet. I'm just an apprentice. I beg to differ. Titus Ronos had every intention to take you with him last night. Assuming this note was actually for him, which it seems like it, I guess. I found a certain note in a book. You've been to our house? Oh, they lived together. Don't mind the details. I have very reliable sources that can confirm that this note was meant for you. Written by the victim. He didn't think you were useless. He trusted you enough to take you with him. And by denying it, you're breaking his trust. Master Ronos. Almost there. Fine, I'll talk. Huh? But you're right. I'm looking really pathetic denying the obvious, aren't I? I won't let him down. He definitely trusted me. Odd. I guess I must have been mistaken about the amount of psych locks. Alright, let's go over this one more time then. What? Okay. What happened that night? I'll ask once more. What happened that night? Right. There's no point in running from it. Me and Master Ronos left town together. He didn't tell me the full details, but I was to head to the West Ruins and find the Outcast's hideout. The Outcast? He was convinced there was really still a person out there. Apparently, he knew they had some kind of fortified base in that part of the ruins. We traveled there, just as you said. We looked around a bit, and at some point Master Ronos started feeling nervous. He told me to wait while he took a look around the corner ahead. So, I waited for a bit. And then, I heard a scream. A scream? Curious. I rushed around the corner to see if he was alright, and well, he was there, on that larger space ahead. He turned around and looked at me angrily. Why hadn't I waited, he asked. Oh. That's strange. Anybody would see what's wrong if somebody suddenly screamed. He told me to go back and wait, so I did. That's interesting. After a while, I just couldn't take it anymore and took a look. And then... What happened then? Master Ronos was... He was dead. There was blood everywhere. There was a weird weapon on the ground. Some kind of blade. I might have picked it up for a bit. Sure. After that, I ran home. I hoped it's all a bad dream. I see. And that's all I know. I didn't see who did it. There's something I'd like to share here. A long time ago, when I was still getting used to my spell, I was in a situation somewhat similar to the one you're in right now. Two people that were very important to me died. I was young. I tried to deny it was my fault. And guess what? I succeeded. Nobody blamed me. It was ruled as an accident with unknown cause. Oh shit. However, it was the worst mistake I've ever made. It would have been better if they'd found out right there. Even if nobody else realized it, I still couldn't hide from the truth myself. I swore to never use my spell again. For more than 20 years, I stuck to that oath. Oh, wow. So, something happened when he was 10. There was that scene at the... So there was the scene at the beginning of this with... assumedly Dr. Farron's, Linus, and an unknown third party. Maybe Talia? Dr. Farron's died, and then there was also the brief, childlike flashback I had right after the title card. Only recently did I go back on my word, when I realized it could be used to save lives. What I'm trying to say here is, you can't hide from the truth. It'll follow you for as long as it takes. 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. Don't let it limit your potential. Even mistakes or failures can lead to new possibilities if you just acknowledge them. So you still think I'll defend you in court tomorrow. I'll do the best job I can. Think about what's the best thing for you right now. Think about what's the best thing you can do right now, and in the future. Me, Ray, and now this child. All of us seem to have lost someone important at a young age. And now we've come together here. Fate can be interesting sometimes. Still, these two are in denial. Just as I was back then. I'll have to help them face reality. Well, Ray at least. As for this child, I'm only responsible to make an adequate case in court for him. Everything else is up to you. I'll think about it. See you tomorrow. Looks like that's the story he's sticking with for now. I'll have to look around for clues in other places. What? I don't really know what to do now. Conduct experiments on evidence. A decent idea, but not right now. Interesting that's an actual option. I don't really know what else we can do. Can we show you the outcast note? Not even looking at it. Getting his attention might be tricky. Okay. What did I miss? Okay, so I guess I didn't get everything in here. Nothing here. What about this? Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay, the walkthrough literally said the couch here. We went through that rigmarole. Oh, my nice. No, we've been through this. It's the fucking couch by the bed. Something lying on top of this couch. Oh, that couch? Really? It's some kind of document. Let's have a look. BR1 incident. What's that? There it is. The obligatory mysterious past incident. Contents look familiar, actually. This is a report on the incident from 3 months ago. 3 months ago, there was a huge breach in the wall that caused a terrible tragedy. Nobody ever figured out who was responsible. And now it looks like the victim of this murder was investigating that unsolved case. Contrived coincidence? Or could there be some connection? I don't like it. This is definitely something we can't just ignore. Okay. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, January 23rd, fatalities 147. Roughly 3 p.m., a sudden hole in the wall was detected. The Great Guardian's barrier had also been penetrated. Continuation, several slicers and one haunter entered safe haven through the breach, killing and destroying everything they encountered. Thanks to the efforts of Linus Sky, the scope of the slicer's rampage was reduced. Oh. Was this the thing that he inadvertently caused? The Great Guardian was informed and reset the barrier before the haunter was able to cause additional casualties. Investigation results inconclusive. No likely culprit has been found, for traces of spell use were discovered on the edges of the broken wall parts, suggesting a human culprit. What were you even trying to do that would have caused that? I'm concerned. Okay, the other place we have to go. Let's see. Thinking of drinking this early in the day? I know you're empty inside, but that's no way to drown your worries. This wine brand in the bottle. It seems familiar. Where'd you get this? Oh, that? What a strange thing to ask. I bought it at a nearby store. Maxwell's Marvels. Oh, broken wine fund. That's worth looking at. I might have to pay that one a visit then. My, I thought I was joking. But it seems you're serious about the alcohol. Don't worry. Thanks to our conversation, I'm sober now. Maxwell's Marvels. Maybe I can follow the trace of that wine bottle. Okay. Now we've got a new place to go. Oh, this looks like a nice place. Main room. This is the place. Wine is pretty hard to come by these days. There shouldn't be many places where you can find it. It's not unlikely that I'll find a lead here. A new customer? Come in. How may I help you? Welcome to my humble shop. I'm Damon Maxwell. Oh, so you're not a gatekeeper. Aha! This is that same guy we saw earlier. The stalker. Well, that settles it. First of all, not so loud. Secondly, there's nothing to suggest he stalked anybody. Thirdly, that settles what exactly? Definitely not the case. Don't shoot what I had. Don't shoot when I see the pieces like that. Well, you could always try to start making sense. Nah, that's a silly idea. You're a lively bunch. I'm not sure a plain man like me can keep up. Well, this might sound odd. Second thought, I shouldn't pressure him right away. We have no idea what kind of shop this is. Ah, so curiosity got the better of you. Well, you may ask anything. It's never that busy around this time anyway. He doesn't seem to recognize us from earlier. Well, I should take this slowly. Alright. What does this shop sell, exactly? That's not so easy to answer. I sell many things. Curiosities. Unique food. Machines. As a plain merchant, I just try to trade anything useful. I see. I suppose that explains the name. Maxwell's Marvels. It's not exactly creative, I'll admit. A plain name for a plain, legitimate business. He really likes emphasizing the plain part. I do, of course, take inspiration from ancient curiosity shops. But I'm also trying to mix it with the idea of a supermarket. Just to correct myself on a point that I was thinking about earlier when you're reading the report. I don't think Linus caused the incident 3 months ago. The big thing he regrets was 10 years ago. Not 3 months ago. Just to clear that up right away. A what? An ancient building where you're able to buy lots of things. Learn your history, will you? Unlike you, I lack the reading material. Good job actually knowing that, though. That's right. Those used to be buildings they had centuries ago, back in the prosperous era. Kind of mixing it with the concept of a cafe as well. But customers hardly ever come here for that. That's fine, though. A plain man like me can appreciate the cozy feeling. I couldn't handle this place being packed. I see. Do you sell wine? Certainly. Let me see. I have this 2401 Couture Excès. Odd name, but good vintage. Thanks for the offer, but it's not quite the one I'm looking for. Do you have a 2387 Fildra Weinheim? Ah, that's strangely specific. Have you heard somewhere that it was available here? Yes, admittedly. I see. Well, I'm terribly sorry, but that one is no longer available. Only 2 bottles of that wine exist. I don't think you'll find any of it anymore. I see. That's too bad. So what's the most interesting thing you sell? Interesting? You demand a lot from a plain merchant like me. Ah, wait. You look like a scientist or a doctor. Maybe you'll find a use for my latest invention. Invention? Do tell. It's not quite ready yet. I'm missing some vital materials. Don't accept the fetch quest. We need to stay on the case. Thank you, Ray. Well, for once I agree. I would never ask that of you. This is a legitimate business, after all, and as such, it cannot be helped. What do you mean by that? I am working on a drill that can drill through even the hardest materials on its own. And a small helicopter. A small machine that can fly in the air for a bit. Helicopter? It's a term for an ancient machine that can lift off the ground via rapid rotation. Might be a little too ambitious for a plain man like me, but these things are my passion. I can definitely understand. That sounds amazing. I'm out to make cell phones. Make sure to call me if you get this helicopter thing to work. I want to see it. Oh, just call me for the drill as well. Or anything, really. Look at Linus, May. He's excited like a child over these toys. They're not toys. These kinds of contraptions are the future. Haha, oh my. Could I have found another enthusiast in you? And yes, I'm actually working on a transceiver right now. Oh, like those old phones? Good luck. That kind of technology is above my level, I'm afraid. A kindred spirit. Maybe there is hope to brighten the future of this town. A future filled with technology. At any rate, as I said, I'm stuck on these. Especially the drill. There just isn't any suitable material that is strong enough to handle the strain. Ooh, that's red text, that's important. I think drills like that used to be commonplace items. It's hardly believable. Ah, well. At least we can rely on the power of spells, right? I don't know. Most of them don't seem to have much general utility. But the diversity is the beauty, isn't it? Everyone is good at something. Nobody is good at everything. If everyone could do just everything with their spells, a lot of tools and services couldn't be sold anymore. Well, that wouldn't really be a bad thing. If everyone had the benefits of all spells, nothing could stop us. Unless the limits are a part of it as well. And at any rate, you look at the human in front of you and know what he can and can't do. I suppose. I'm a bit of a romantic when it comes to the beauty of individualism and unique identity. Possibly because I'm still looking for my own. True, but look at the situation. We'll take a good look at the differences between them. And can't always accept them. There's a lot of discrimination just from spells alone. People fear the strong. People abuse and disrespect the weak. You're correct, but this is a natural downside of individualism. What happened with one distinguishing feature or another? And yep, Ray is out of this. You done with the hashtag padding? We came here to do stuff, yeah? Guess we got a little off track. Need to ask him about the murder. Sounds like a terrible change of topic. I'll do it. Alright then. Murder. Let's talk about murders. Murders, you say? That's not something that should be brought up to a plain man like me. I'm afraid there's been an incident outside of town last night. Have you heard anything about it? There has been something like that? I don't know a thing. Curious. Nobody suggested he does, yet he's denying it. Do you happen to know what the police are saying about it? Well, they're pretty much set on a culprit. Have them arrested already. That's relieving to hear. Point out who's obviously hiding something in this room. No points for getting it right. I can't push him on this for no good reason, though. I think I'll just ask something else. Alright, what's your spell? That's quite a personal thing to ask out of nowhere, but... By the way, if you're working on these inventions, do you have some kind of useful spell for experimentation? I'm just curious. I do. Ah, well. I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint there. Plain spell for a plain person. How to demonstrate? Right, take a look at this glass of water. Okay. Now will I just hold it and wait it? What? I can make it freeze. What? It's weak, but comes in handy when serving cold drinks, I suppose. Oof. That's interesting. Sounds awfully made up, but, that is literally the exact same spell that Karen Cat described to us. I'm having a terrible sense of deja vu here. That's very interesting. You tell me about this. I'm sorry, a plain man like me isn't familiar with that kind of thing. Well, alright then. That is really interesting. Please take a look at this. Oh my, what a most intriguing item. That's an attorney's badge, isn't it? If it's an antiquity, I can pay you for it. I'm probably not allowed to sell this. Right, apologies. A plain man like me should have figured. Such an important item is to be treasured, not sold. Commands respect in common people like me. See? He gets it. The badge is absolute. Though as far as I'm aware, lawyers are supposed to be rather obsolete these days. The situation is a little complicated. I'm a rare exception, so to speak. Interesting. As someone who is mostly rule rather than exception, this fascinates me. There's a limit to humility, you know. That doesn't make me that superior. I know what you're thinking, Linus, and you are absolutely wrong. You know you could always say that. I knew you'd reply like this, amateur. And now that this conversation has been derailed completely, it's time to move on. Okay. It's interesting. He did give us the name of his spell. You know. Oh, oh, what? But it was slightly suspicious that immediately arrested. Okay. Let me actually read that again. I'm just a plain man running a plain, legitimate business. You know, when you keep saying it like that, it sounds a little suspicious. Suspicious? Oh dear, maybe I should reconsider my choice of words. After all, my intention was to appear humble, rather than suspicious. Well, that's an honest reply, at least. It's just, the more you emphasize something, the more people will question it. I see. I've never considered it like this. That's a little counterintuitive, but I will try something new, then. Hello! I'm an extraordinary individual running a wonderfully illegal shop. I don't think I'll be able to handle this. No worries. You kind of went in the completely wrong direction with that anyway. Seems like there's still some things this plain man has to learn. For now, I suppose I'll stick with what's familiar. It's probably for the best. Better slightly suspicious than immediately arrested. Hell yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna say that is definitely gonna be a big point at the trial. With Karen Cat. Feels like all the spell names have been related to what they actually do. So Karen Cat gives us a spell called Unlimited Parting, which can freeze liquid. While Mr. Maxwell describes the exact same spell, pros and cons, to us, but doesn't give us his spell name. So what is Karen Cat's real spell? I kind of had the feeling that he was lying, but... Whoa, oh, hello. Curious, there's another abandoned wine glass here. Except this time, I'm not seeing a bottle anywhere in sight. I wonder. What? Whoops. Wow, clumsy Linus. What are you, a maid? I was just trying to turn around. My map! I'm sorry. Well, it's fine. A plain man like me should have been more careful in leaving his glass in elbow range. I'll buy the map. Don't force yourself to buy something useless. It wasn't even finished. And with the stain. I insist. It would nag on me otherwise. I know what you mean. Very well then, you can have it. Alright, world map. Let me just take a look at this. Okay. Safe haven, friendly plains. Okay. Safe haven, friendly plains, West Ruins, that's where we went, that's where the murder was. Holy Stickler Church is way over here. Old graveyard, lots of haunters. Hive. Forest of Death, lots of stingers. East Ruins, slicers. Oh, that's where the blade came from. Impure Lake is 8. 9. Old Steel Factory, lots of slicers. 10. Forgotten Highway. This part of the highway was broken to build channel. 12. Distant Marsh. Interesting. Oh shit. Oh shit. I forgot to unpause. All that we missed was Linus agreeing to have bought, spilling the wine on purpose, agreeing to buy the map so he can test it. Right, there's something I needed to do here. I think I'm done investigating other places now. To analyze the wine I spilled on this map. Just put it under the microscope and... elementary combination. Combining 2 drinks with my spell. Result is normally a normal mixture. For combining water with water essentially just creates more water. Combining this sample with a bit of wine from outside. Confirm that the composition hasn't changed, but the amount has. In other words, this is the same brand of wine. Seems like he still had at least 1 glass of it left. Where's Ray? This is tiring. Can't the trial start already? You? Tired? Where'd all that energy go? Nap time. Tired this early in the day. Unlike her. Just kidding. We need to talk. What's this? There's something I've been keeping from you. We discovered several crucial pieces of evidence during our investigation. But, really? I hope it's not just more trash. 1 piece is enough. Fool. This will have you convinced. Do you remember secret document 253? What? That was mentioned on the victim's note. Yeah, it's right on here. What about it? It should be obvious. Hashtag Grimoire is OP. You looked it up. That's highly confidential information, so you better keep this fact to yourself. You will never expect what it was about. The outcast? How did he know? Can he see through our moves? Well, the victim probably put it on that note because it's related somehow. Well, I suppose I'll let you know. Even though I should totally be cryptic. Wow, Ray, that puts you over like pretty much all the other assistants. Well then. Secret document 253. Truly a compromising report. The outcast, the banishment, it is all true. Almost 70 years ago, in the year 2347, a curious case of a young woman caused unrest in Safe Haven. Her name hasn't been recorded, but she was a mere 15 years old at the time. Her spell did not develop Incident without precedent. So they had no choice. #banned. I see. The Great Guardian chose to banish her for safety. Every human develops a spell before the age of 15. Since she didn't, she must not have been human. Well, guess this document confirms the story we heard from Porter. I shouldn't take this one into evidence. Casually presenting this kind of information in court can only backfire. I'll just have to keep it in mind. Speaking of Porter, she's been hiding something from us too. Can't say I'm surprised. I saw this burned document in her fire. Whoa! Wow, and I thought you were just wandering around aimlessly. I know what I'm doing. I have experience. VR training. I'll just take this as her reading too much, as usual. Anyway, the document. She did a poor job. The first 2 letters of the title were still visible. OU. Well, no points for guessing what that stood for. Right. I guessed a couple of names. An outcast report led to something. I think you can even find destroyed documents in the grimoire. Easy. Way too easy. I've written you a copy, so you're not helpless. Let's see what knowledge Porter's been keeping from us. Okay. Wow, this is a big dump of stuff. Oh my god. Jesus, this is huge. This is freaking huge. My god. Okay, we're gonna end this off here, and we're gonna open up next video by reading that document and moving forward. I was hoping to get to the end of the investigation, but we are almost there. We're almost there. We finished our go-around. We have collected a lot of information, which means this trial is going to be crazy. Oh man, that was a lot.